It is Sunday and it is great day for Go Day. Welcome everyone to Go Day.
Go day. You know, Jamie, what they say about Sundays is all of a sudden true. You know what they say about
Tell
Sundays?
me what they say about Sundays, Vanessa Ragland.
They say, Jamie Flynn, they say Sunday, fun day. And suddenly I get it.
It rhymes. It's also no, it's fun day.
It is
Um,
a fun day. And I'm glad to be here with you.
Drum day.
Oh,
Um,
yum day.
and if you eat too much, it's Tum Day. Tums Day.
Oh, I need a Tums day. Well, that beautifully scripted piece of comedy went off without a hitch. Just kidding. That
Speaking of
was
it
improv. Welcome
and
to Go
comedy.
Day.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. We just steamrolled over a joke that didn't deserve to be said. We're going to own it. We're going to move on. Welcome, everyone. Have you been to Go Day before? Have you experienced what Go Day is? Do you know who we are? Do you know what it is?
Hey, what if they haven't? They might not, we can't hear them. We have to just say it. Hi, I'm Vanessa Ragland,
And hi, I'm Jamie Flam.
and together we're Van Jam, and we are here on YouTube because we run a venue, and running venues is illegal. So
That's right.
now we're taking it to the links, taking it to the links.
We're taking it to the links. And we're talking about the link, which is YouTube slash. It's right now. Hope you're at YouTube slash. Uh,
Watch question mark V equal sign SM dash
that's
three
three
little
O
O
underscore
underscore
five capital C
little
lowercase
Z
big R,
little
lowercase
C.
c. We had to pay extra to get that URL, and it is paying off in dividends.
Because we want it to be catchy. Go Day is something that we used to do at the theater at Dynasty Typewriter on Wilshire Avenue in Los Angeles once a month. And it was our favorite thing to do because once a month during the afternoon, we would get together with some of our favorite entrepreneurs, artists, creators, and just interesting people and get inspired and get excited about the month ahead. And now we were like, oh no, we can't do it.
Until we were like, no, technology has advanced to the point that we can do it. And so here we are on our third consecutive Sunday live stream of Go Day. It's been so much fun. Each time it's getting better and tighter. Our team is coming together. We're learning all the ins and outs of OBS live stream technology. And you are the recipients of that vast knowledge.
Wow. Um, those were the things we wanted to tell you. And now we are going to ask you a very pandemic appropriate question.
We think we're all going through so much stuff in our life right now. So it's
Mhm.
appropriate that we approach every conversation we have, remembering that everyone is going through the same thing. So we want to ask you right now, how
How
is
is
your
your hell?
hell?
Oh, hell. How is your hell? Um, well, our hells are pretty good, I'd say. You?
Um, yeah, all things considered going on in the world, we're truly we have gratitude that we're healthy. And if you're watching this, I think it's important just to remember that you are able to be watching this. And with everything going in the world, even if you're stuck in your home, even if you're maybe not working, we're all going through this together, is what we're trying to say. And so take a moment right now, have a little gratitude that we get to interact with each other and have this hopefully fun and enlightening couple hours together. Maybe hour and a
Yay. And no matter how bad things feel, remember
half.
everything
Everything is
is perfect.
perfect.
Except trying to talk in unison on a Zoom because that is not perfect. That is
Although
deeply
I think
flawed.
that was the best we've ever done. But
Little
yeah,
marks.
sometimes it helps, regardless of whatever hell you're in, just say everything is perfect, because just by the nature of putting that out into the universe, it can maybe help. It might
Well,
be large.
and even if it's incredibly sarcastic, it'll put a smile on your face because if you just shatter something and then everything is perfect,
Everything is perfect.
somehow it almost comes true.
So real quick, I want to model something really quick. I got my,
Model.
I got my first Dynasty T-shirts in the mail, and guess what? This is my first Go Day
Oh
wearing my Go Day shirt.
my gosh, you look so good.
Thank
Are
you.
those abs I see just pressing their way out? You're getting so
Uh,
ripped.
I only got a 6-pack right now, but
Mm,
I'm hoping for the 18-pack by the end of this thing.
I got a 3-pack.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Vanessa, before we get to the next item, we wanted to take a moment to celebrate you. And this is a little bit of a surprise. We didn't talk about this in the pre-show,
Nope.
but Time Out, which is I think,
Oh.
international publication, announced, it was a month ago. We were both late to it. They didn't send us an email, but
There was a pandemic.
Vanessa Ragland, my partner in crime,
Oh.
my creative partner, my best friend, my business partner, all the things. We wouldn't have Go Day or Dynasty Typewriter without Vanessa, was named one of the Women of the Year by a major publication. And so, on behalf of myself and our team and everyone watching, give it up for Vanessa. She is
Oh,
absolutely one of the best women of the year.
I'm gonna cry.
Well,
But I'll
truly,
get through it.
thank you.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You're an inspiration to us, and your innovation, your commitment, your character, truly, is what makes everything we do. It inspires me, and so yeah, I just want everyone should take a moment. We're not worthy.
I love that quote. Well,
uh,
thank you very much. It was super flattering and really funny to find out. I'm actually glad we didn't find out at the time because it was published 2 days before we had to close the theater. So I think that would have felt bad. But as it was like a nice surprise.
yeah, so now everyone knows you're in good hands. You have the Women of the Year, and me and my new little T-shirt. Well,
Oh,
we also have some other exciting news.
oh, yes, we do.
We are excited to announce that we have a new offering. It's called, and it's something that we've been wanting to do since we opened the theater. We love writing, and we love creative writing, and we love tapping into our community of artists and comedians and
And we love Dan, our designer, who loves InDesign and it's a marriage of all our favorite things.
So we're announcing that it's going to be on sale. The pre-sale has already started, but Interests and Enchantments. And it is a magazine, as you can see here. We actually found in our hidden bunker at the theater, this is a magazine that dates back, as far as we can tell, at least 75 years. And we think there's clues that suggest that beyond that.
And we're so excited to revive it with our own spirit. But we love the name Interests and Enchantments. And this very first issue is going to be full of amazing and funny contributions from some of our very favorite people. We have like Lorraine Newman among the ranks of
Lorraine Newman from SNL, like legend in comedy. Baron Vaughn, Felicia Day.
Aparna, Fortune, Otsko. I mean, we have so many wonderful people, and they all chose what to contribute. And this one is going to be especially lovely, not just because it's our first issue of what we hope is many to come, but also it's a time capsule of this bizarre time because most of the pieces are either about ideas to get you through the quarantine or takes on what's happening in the world. So we're just so excited to get to do it. And the copies will have 2 tiers that you can get them. There will be a beautiful PDF, and then there is a second tier where you get the PDF, and then we'll send you a printed copy. And both of these are ways to support the theater at this time. And it's so worth it. We can't believe the content in here. When we were looking through it, we were like, at first I hate myself for saying we can't believe the content in here. But
you said it.
but But it's true. It's such great stuff. People wrote such funny, wonderful things. There's Dave Holmes wrote a piece that made me cry. Um, yeah, it's really worth more than this, and every purchase will go directly to helping us keep our wonderful staff and our beautiful space afloat during this wild time.
Yeah, this is it's a great support to the theater, but it's also something we truly love. And a reminder, because I know all of us right now are, you said content, I'm gonna say pivot. We're all pivoting right now. And so we took the opportunity that the universe has presented with of course this quarantine and this pandemic. And we can't have a theater right now, so we get to live stream, we get to make this magazine and start, flexing our other creative muscles, which I think is exciting. And it's all, what
Right
else can
now,
we
our creative brain is getting an 18 pack.
do? Yeah.
That's a callback. Oh, and guess what? Woo, woo. Dan, put the alarm emoji in the comments. We're having a contest, folks. Today, during today's live stream, we love it when people are commenting and interacting. And during the live stream today, the people that comment, or the person that comments with the most creative emoji tableaus that kind of resonate will, which is, a very easy metric. You guys have all participated in a emoji tableau situation before. You will get a free copy of Interest and Enchantments. So we love talking to people in here. We have Dan and Marianne, a lot of the Dynasty team are in the comments hanging out, and have fun with emojis and you shall be properly rewarded.
Yeah, and then one more quick hit on we're a theater, Dynasty Typewriter, and I was at the theater earlier this week just to check in, and it kind of hit me because this has been a crazy month or whatever it's been, but just being in the theater, and I was like hit with like, oh right, we have a theater that's not open, and it's just sitting here being beautiful, and so yeah, just a reminder, if you can support Dynasty, we and we can throw that link if you have it, Sammy. You're already on it, of course. But yeah, anything you can do is helpful right now, because truly, like we're trying everything we can to figure out ways to support this thing that we love more than anything. So whether it's buying a T-shirt, getting that Interest in Enchantment,
or buying a ticket to Go Day, even though we want to keep this a free offering, if you're able to support, every Go Day ticket does the same thing. It just helps us out. So if you watch it and you love it, we have ticket tiers, and also no pressure. We really do understand that this is a wild time for everyone.
Yeah, if you can't, it's all good too. We're so excited just to have you here. So give it up for yourselves, get comfortable. And now, before that, over the course of the show, we are going to be doing something that's been a hit so far.
Oh.
We've unveiled it last week, but a lot of these live streams out there, they are just willy-nilly and just really pushing boundaries that maybe shouldn't be pushed. Here at Dynasty, on our Go Day live stream, we do something that we like to call a consensual screen grab. So all of our guests will be asked to give their consent before we grab the picture. And so we're just going to demonstrate that right now.
Jamie, do you consent to this picture?
I absolutely do. Do you? Oh, there it is. You consent as well?
I do. Oh.
Another way. You have to, yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
Can you, now, here.
There we, oh, there it is. I consent. Okay, cool. And go. Everyone can grab this picture. It won't offend us. And we know you just want that image.
Great. Okay.
We'll be doing that with all of our guests, because we do think that people should know to keep their eyes open and their chins singular if able. And if unable, enjoy them. But I'm just saying, don't grab a picture if someone's not ready for it. And now we want to do something we do every show, which is start it off with a little bit of ceremony, with our magical incense ceremony.
Welcome to the ceremony of incense.
Welcome back.
So what kind of incense do we have today, Vanessa?
We're using another incense match from the Incense Company. You can go to incensematch.com. We love these things. We sell them at the venue, and they're included in some of our gift bags online. Today's flavor, coconut.
Oh,
And I love the smell. I love the matchbook. I love the gold foil. And now I'm going to light this. But first, we want to talk about what is our intention for today.
so our intention, we thought we would talk about thematically for today's show, is the idea that we've been hit this week. And I told you I went to the theater, and that was kind of like a bit of a wake up call. There's been a lot of adrenaline this first month of this pandemic. I think there's almost, dare I say, a little bit of an excitement, even just we're all, all of our emotions are hit so strong. If you're out of work, all of a sudden, we're all in this crazy thing. For a lot of people that we know, including us, some of that adrenaline this last week has started to wear off a little bit. And so we're in a
And
new
there's a
place.
new, yeah.
There's kind of like a new reality we're all feeling, that, oh, this is really a thing. And we don't know when it's going to end. And not that it was much different before that, but I think just, yeah, the reality is
There
setting in.
was this, yeah, there was this initial, like, let's get into preparation and survive mode. And there was an adrenaline around it and a fear and excitement and everything. Now is like, oh, we're doing this. And I had an experience with my son this week of, parents are suddenly in a new way, literally becoming teachers, many of us. And I was trying to figure out after you have a creative, fun idea, which is like always the best part of a project is the beginning, how do you encourage someone to work through the tedium of it? Because it's not as fun. And Jamie and I were talking about this because this is something we also feel as grown-ups. After you have the idea of the big thing you want to pull off, sometimes the little work is less exciting.
Yeah, so the idea that, we're all creative people in here, and we all, especially I think in the last few weeks, have taken on creative projects that we're excited about. There's that inevitable hump that you hit in any creative endeavor where it's, some of the initial fun has it's not there, and you have to actually do the harder work of it. So how do you kind of push through is what we were talking about. And the idea of remembering and reminding ourselves that, to go back to the initial purpose that we all have in creating, which should be really to connect, to what we're creating, connect to our purpose, connect with other people. So reminding ourselves throughout it that it's all about the sharing of it. And so we thought about the idea of putting yourself in the shoes of the intended recipient, really thinking about how are they going to feel? What is their reaction going to be when you finish this thing and give it to them? And it reminded me, and I don't know if we talked about Vanessa, but the definition of art that we have always really connected to, which art is giving the gift of your own humanity. And so when Vanessa explained this to her 6-year-old son, and he of course immediately lit up at the idea of giving his
Giving his
humanity.
own humanity. No, but I did say, let's think about who you want to give this project to and think about things that you can hide in there for them that will make them feel good or jokes you have with them. And then suddenly we got a complete second wind, and it was actually even more exciting than the first thing because he was thinking about who was getting it. And it's such a good lesson for us too. When we're making something, we've had the amazing initial burst of energy or inspiration. And then everything we do after that is doing service to that first thing. So if you're skipping steps or if you don't want to push through the tedium, you're really kind of devaluing your work. So I was like
and
trying to
giving
put
up
it,
too.
yeah,
I think it's
I
so
was trying to
easy.
put it in a gift wrapping situation. Like if you
Okay.
get a beautiful gift, how do you want to give it to someone? It's always more special if it is thoughtfully packaged and presented in an exciting way. And so sometimes instead of looking at it as the trudging of the editing or the reworking, think of it as the gift wrapping, and everything you're doing is making your gift more beautiful.
Yeah, and thinking about the feeling that you want people to have when they receive the gift of your art, whether it's a script, whether it's a movie, whether it's a video, a book. I'm not going to take the next 5 minutes to list every medium of art.
We've already gone 8 minutes over, so we have to
What are some of
every
the
week we swear to God we're going to be faster, and every week God says, "Hey, Van Jam, bad news." But
so
they
like that,
forgive us because we believe in a forgiving God.
so have you listened to the incense yet?
I lit it so much it burned my finger because it went all the way down. But I'll shake this because it is still a little bit of smoking. And wow, we're all pretending to smell coconut or smelling what is actually around us. Think about a project you're working on or a step that you have stalled out at. And we're going to get that to a place where you're going to release your resistance and throw it. So, what's been holding you back? What has been stalling you out lately? Think about it. Feel the annoyance that you've been feeling. Ball it up. Ball it up. You can move past this. You're making a gift. That gift, there's no room for annoyance here. Okay, ready? And then we're going to get it chuck size and we're going to release it with some a Dynasty classic cruelty free dove release. 1, 2, doves. Magical number 16 will appear because 16 is our favorite number. Once again, not just a thing we found in clip art. It means something to us.
The doves are 16. They're beautiful. And they flew. Well, okay, our last thing. We've had fun doing these live streams from our own apartments and living rooms.
But
we thought,
man,
how much fun would it be if we got in the good old-fashioned Dynasty time machine and started live streaming from the not so distant future, past.
before the pandemic. Let's go in the time machine and go just back when it was normal.
Let's just go back to 2019. Are you ready?
Yeah, I've never worked this time machine before. I hope it works.
All right, everyone, we're getting the Dynasty time machine. We're going back to the end of 2019. Here we go. Whoa.
We're in nature.
This is like just a big field. I don't remember.
It's beautiful. Oh, Jamie.
What is it? Uh-oh.
The dinosaur.
We went too far back in the past. We got to get back in the time machine, man. Whoa.
Oh, man. This thing should come with a manual.
Oh, man, we went too far.
Oh no. Oh, my seatbelt is stuck.
Oh no. Oh.
Shoo. I guess this is better than that.
With a little perspective, now isn't so bad, is it?
What a gift. Well, now we'd like to kick off our show. We have great guests today. We're so excited you've joined us, and we can't wait to bring our first fella on. So with no further ado,
you know him from the internet. He performs regularly. He's at JFL in Montreal. And
Fast and the Furious musical, breakout star.
So we'd like to welcome our first guest. He saw him do a commercial on our show last week. Give it up for Mr. Matt O'Brien. Matt
O'Brien. Matt O'Brien.
Scat.
If you can hear us here, it's all gonna be okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. So far, I don't think the audience can see us yet, but it's being resolved. If you're freaking out, audience, and you can hear us, it's gonna be okay. It is okay. Great. Hi.
We're back live. Great. So welcome, Matt. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. You guys are charming as all hell. I watched the whole beginning. What a fun time this is.
What do you think of the time machine?
Not enough time machine bits going on these days.
Well, get ready. You're about to be overwhelmed by them.
I'm all in. I mean, I'll take anything these days.
These days, speaking of them, you made a valiant escape.
Yes, I'm currently in a basement here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This is this is actually where I filmed that Dynasty Dynapop.
No.
So this is the studio.
Oh my gosh.
Dream factory over there.
But yeah, we had been living in LA for 3 years, and then we're Canadian, me and my wife Julia, and we thought, hey, why don't we go back to Canada for a bit and ride things up here?
What's the Canadian vibe right now?
It's, I hate to drill stereotypes home, but everyone's polite as hell. Everyone's social distancing the shit out of each other. It's nice, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a good vibe, and everyone's kind of like following the rules, and like,
Do you guys have a leader inciting people to riot?
No, we just have a beautiful, gentle man that's giving us money every month very easily. So
okay.
Oh,
that sounds lame.
And he speaks French, so that's not bad. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to come on, and you've found as much creative energy as anyone we know during this time, and so we thought that you wanted to come on and tell people how you're tapping into your creativity and your motivation and being innovative through this.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone that's watching has seen the things that I do, but I do a lot of weirdo green screening. With that sheet that I have back here. This is what I made a horse puking one time.
Wow.
There's a video of it, so look up the video. It's on my Twitter. But
is it called horse puking?
I think I had it I actually think I posted it for like Happy President's Day or something. Something that didn't make any sense. But yeah, I've been making stupid green screen videos at home for years now because I don't have a studio or anything. At first, I'm like, I want to make videos, but I can't afford a studio and I can't afford a crew and all this stuff. And what I realized is that anyone can just do this so easily and so cheaply. Like this thing back here is just literally a sheet from a fabric store. And just getting a cheap light from like, I don't know where you'd get it now, but I don't want to say Amazon, but I don't know what other options there are.
Understood.
Yeah, and then also I think a lot of people are discovering these days that keying things out, like what we're doing on Zoom here, is really easy to do. So I think right now we're in like this heyday of people being able to make stupid ding-dong green screen videos. And I'm excited to see what other people can do. But also,
what are you using to make your videos?
I use Final Cut Pro X, but you can literally use anything. You can use iMovie, which is like free, I think, from Apple. Most video editing software can do. Also, I hope I'm not coming off as a professional of any kind.
You're standing in front of a horse that's puking. I don't think that's you right now.
I think you're right in the right zone. Yeah. There he is. This is our CEO.
Why don't I change that to something more appetizing? No, I definitely here's me and my wife hanging outside. We like to drink outside now. That's what we do.
Aww.
But yeah, I taught this to myself. I'm not, so if anyone's watching that's like in the industry and is like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't really, but I figured out most of the basics just from like YouTube tutorials and like just asking people and stuff. And it's like, yeah, if you are interested in doing this, and I mean, you got the time and the equipment's really cheap and iMovie's free and there's YouTube tutorials. So, I mean, there's a lot of options.
People should check out what you're doing on your Instagram because it really is inspiring, everything that you and Julie are doing, because you're making stuff so quickly. And it's fun and we need fun.
Yeah, we're just trying to be literally, before all of this, me and my wife were like, let's just make things that are super goofy so people can get their minds off of things. Because we get messages being like, be more political, make like a Trump something. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to make horse puking, or I want to like put my
kind of like an allegory for Trump.
Yeah, or I want to put my wife's face and mouth on Eddie the dog from Frasier. So it's which we actually.
Is that an anniversary gift or?
Yeah, this is what she got for our 10-year anniversary.
It's
right
beautiful.
There, doing body rolls. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's very easy to do, and it's fun, and now's the time to do it.
Can
Yeah.
we see any of your things?
Yeah, I think I sent some videos queued up. Are they going to play in like succession, or do I call them out?
I think it's a call out situation.
Okay.
Classic.
I'll throw this one. I guess this is an idea that I thought of. This is also the thing right now is if you think of an idea for something, now's like I have no excuse but not to execute it because all I have is time. So I was like, I think me and Julia were talking. We're like, what if I was like, I'm like, oh God, we really need almond milk. I'm like, what's the funniest way to get almond milk? And so I made this video, which I'll throw to, is just me getting almond milk. The video is playing now. Which we actually said.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, I was watching it with the delay.
And I couldn't hear it, but can you tell us what happened with the almond milk?
Well, I got nude in front of a green screen, bare
Mhm.
naked, as the day I was born, and attacked an almond milk in the plains of Africa. So I hunted it
Wow.
down, attacked it, and it took me an afternoon to make. So it was again something very stupid. Just thinking of stupid ideas and then trying to execute them.
And by the way, we're getting some great comments. Genius, all caps. LOL, my mom. Are you
Are you
naked?
naked?
Lisa. Ha ha! Exclamation point.
Love
Sure.
almond milk even more. And that means something coming from Tanya.
And Mike Macaluso, our very own, says, just like our ancestors.
See?
So your
It's supposed-
sharing has definitely impacted people. Your humanity
Yeah.
has connected with them. And so do you have one more you want to show us?
I guess this is one of the most recent ones. It's a music video. My friend Rodrigo Fernandez Stoll here in Toronto is a great musician, great comedian, and he sent this song about joggers jogging too close to you because I think it's a problem that we're all having right now. Joggers just don't keep their distance.
Mhm.
And it's called Piece of Shit Joggers. And it's he's like, can you make a music video for this? And I did it just with me and Julia and a green sheet. So here's the music video for Piece of Shit Joggers. I hope you enjoy.
Read the news today, saw that medical advice to stand 6 feet away to save a bunch of lives. With all this information, I still choose to go. Grab my sweats and get on with my workout schedule. I think I'll go for a jog, really craving a run. No one seems to be pissed about my distance from them. You can't get mad at me when I run on by. It's not like there's a killer virus outside. I'm a piece of shit jogger, so close to your face. I'm a piece of shit jogger, I keep on running by. I'm a piece of shit jogger, so close to your face. I'm a piece of shit jogger. I gotta be the most selfish person of all, never giving you space, so close to my sweaty face, breathing heavily, not even wearing a mask, stay a meter away, it's such an easy task. I think I'll go for a jog, really craving a run. No one seems to be pissed about my distance from them. You can't get mad at me when I run on by. It's not like there's a killer virus outside. I'm a piece of shit jogger, so close to your face. I'm a piece of shit jogger, I keep on running by. I'm a piece of shit jogger, so close to your face. I'm a piece of shit jogger.
That was amazing. I love the track. I love the effects. How do you do it? It's topical as hell. And it was that possibly Julia? Are you guys working together a lot?
Yes, she is. Luckily these are union shoots, and she is union.
Oh, thank God.
Full craft table is up. She punches in, punches out, just like any other part of the, any other crew member. Here.
Yeah.
Just lucky to have her around.
Oh yeah. Can we say hi to her? Is she right there?
No, she's upstairs. Julia.
Just tell her we're big fans.
They're big fans.
Oh, real quick aside, and if you were watching the pre-show, there were pictures from our Halloween Dynasty Land back when we could be in the theater. But one of our favorite memories, and I know there's some people watching the part of it, we advertised this big party. It was packed, it was fun, but we advertised a costume contest.
We forgot that we put that on the poster and all the materials.
And so someone that's probably watching came up to me at like around 11:30 in the evening. Is like, Jamie, when's the costume contest? And I was like, oh, it's coming right up. And I went and found Vanessa, and it was the most sitcom-y moment of my life. Hi, Julia.
Hello.
And I was like, Vanessa, I think we advertised a costume contest, and we're like, maybe we just don't have to do it. And then we both surveyed the room, and we're like, these people came for a costume contest. And we were out of our minds a little bit. We had a seance to prepare for, naturally. So who do we go to but Matt and Julia, and said, how do you guys feel about hosting a costume contest in 5 minutes? And
knocked it out of the park. It was as if we paid you $2 million to do it. And that is what we'd like people to believe.
Yeah, we were zoinked out of our goink too, so I'm surprised we looked like anything.
I was very and I remember
we say Z out of our Z on here.
Student film or something. And I was like, I gotta get home and shoot my student film, and everybody's like, ha ha ha! I'm like, this isn't a joke.
Well, thank you guys. You really saved Halloween.
I loved it. That was such a fun time.
Fun.
We'll be back allowed to touch each other again someday.
Okay. What kind of theater is going to be open after all this? Jeez, touching theater.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for putting out all this wonderful content into the world. We all need it more than ever. So before we leave, we would like to ask your consent in getting a screen grab.
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. On the count of 3, just put your best thing together.
Grab it if you will. There it is.
I think we got it.
That was great.
And we hope you'll come back, but we'll be in touch. Enjoy your pandemic. And thank you for joining us. And if you want to point people to where they can see your videos, any links, and we're going to post it as well in our group. But
yeah, and we have a social card that's coming up. But yeah, say things.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Matt_O'Brien on Twitter. I'm right now posting videos like almost every day. Julia Comedy.
Julia Comedy and all the social needs.
And I'm actually hosting a Twitch sketch show. I'm going to try to on Wednesday. So I'm going to put my sketches together and then host it. And I don't know, it's the first time I've ever done it. So I'll post that on my Twitter as well.
Great. Well, it's so great to see you guys, and we will see you real soon.
Yes, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys. You're the best.
Bye, you guys are the best.
Be safe.
We'll try.
Oh, Matt was just so delightful.
I love him.
I love him. And Matt O'Brien, he scored the Instagram handle there, huh?
Whoa, baba booey. And now we have our next guest is a major favorite. We call him the Go-Day Goat. And it's not like the kind with horns.
Although Matt O'Brien could turn him into one with his green screens.
Oh my gosh, if he did, can you imagine?
Well, we have a very exciting announcement that we're going to make with our next guest at the conclusion of his visit. But first, let's just bring him on. Put your hands together for the man who's produced and written for some of the greatest comedies of all time, including The Simpsons, Mr. Show, The Office,
King of the Hill, The Office, and now Space Force with Steve Carell and John Malkovich. He is amazing, and we love him so much. Please welcome the wonderful Brent Forrester.
Oh my goodness.
goodness. Can you hear me?
We got Brent, folks. We can hear you.
And it
What's
sounds
happening? Look at
great.
this, having a little.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
you've added us into the rotation with the mug now. We're
How are you
keeping
doing,
good
Brent?
company.
I'm good, man. I got lessons to share from the quarantine, and I'm loving the show. I can't believe we still have Beth Stelling and frickin' Randy Feltface. My God, what a show.
And Taylor Hughes, an amazing magician that will blow your mind and melt your heart. Well, do you want to just take it away with some private Brent time first?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me do a Manic Forrester monologue. I'll keep it
Perfect.
tight, and then okay.
Everything is perfect.
Everything's perfect. All right. I'm now soloing it here with the Go Day crowd. What's up, Go Day go-getters? You know, if you've been following the Forrester saga here in quarantine, I have been taking walks with Judd Apatow with some regularity. Now, Apatow, a guy I worked with for 25 years, you know, I got my start, as you may know, from this coffee mug with all my credits on the Ben Stiller show. Dad made me this coffee mug for Christmas. It's got all my credits. Apatow and I have been friends forever. Apatow is anti-athletic. He's athletic. He really actually does not like athletes and athleticism. When he drives a car and he sees a jogger, his first response is he thinks, fuck you. So the idea that Judd is out walking is interesting. But here's the thing. Judd is walking 15 miles a day. Now, just so you know, I'm not kidding. His steps on his phone. If you can see there, it says 15.5 miles, all right? So he's walking around, he's on the phone with like, walk with Jay Roach. He's in this constant state of kind of philosophical conversation, and he invites me from time to time. So in the last week I walked with him, and there was something remarkable that I observed with this Go Day audience, okay? Judd is always looking for what his next project will be. And he shows me that he has found the perfect of a woman who makes funny videos on her phone. And the videos made him laugh. They're low production on her phone. She puts them up on Twitter. And he says, yeah, you know, I reached out to her and I asked her life story, and it's kind of interesting. And I'm thinking I may just make a movie with her. I think I'm just going to go to Netflix and, you know, maybe I'll get a script deal and just make a movie. Now, think how freaking amazing this is for you making funny videos on your phone. It really is a realistic possibility that you will be discovered by somebody and get a deal. And I find that so inspiring and remarkable. It reminds me of like in the 20s when people would be at Schwab's drugstore and get discovered and be like the next. Twitter is the Schwab's drugstore of the creative world. And you really can go from nothing to something overnight. And I hope that inspires you. The making of stuff is kind of the core of my own personal philosophy of happiness. If you, I am the coiner of this phrase, the project-driven life. It's basically the idea that that making stuff is kind of a key. Just to show you that Forrester has some aphorisms that you can use. Here's a couple of things that I said to Judd on the same walk that he wrote down. How difficult it is for him to motivate his kids to make stuff. Now, he's got a teenage kid and a daughter in his 20s, both very talented, wonderful, bright people. But for all of us, when we're younger, the trait of making stuff as opposed to consuming stuff, it's almost a lifelong quest. How do we motivate ourselves? Well, the thing I said to Judd, which I've been saying to my daughter, and he wanted to pass on to his daughters, one of these classic Forrester aphorisms. I said, productivity is more pleasurable than passivity. I actually wrote this down in my little notebook because it's such a great phrase. Productivity is more
want Judd to quickly type down on his phone to tell Maud Apatow, his daughter. And in fact, I was so pleased with that one that I refined it in another version, which is this one here. Creation is more pleasurable than consumption. It's more fun than watching one. Please take that to heart here in the quarantine. If you have nothing else to do and you're looking for a creative outlet, sorry, I just saw my sentence back. If you have nothing else to do, if you have no other outlet of creativity, I urge you to make little films on your phone. iMovie on my phone, and I just take little videos and cut them together. It's just a hobby for me. Then I send them to people. I get feedback, and I have that pleasure of productivity. You can do bigger things than that. You can write a half-hour spec comedy. You can write a short film. You can write a full movie. You can write a one-person show. All of these things are part of that I always talk about. Now, as I'm having these conversations with Judd Apatow, other friends of mine, I have found that there is a lesson that I have embraced intuitively that I want to finally articulate formally for all you people who are working on projects of any kind. Confidence. And it relates to something Vanessa was saying earlier. She was saying that initial spark of making something can get you to start things. Difficult to them. And sometimes a person has tremendous creative confidence and will follow through naturally. But many of us, me included, do not have a sense of it's all going to be great and that's what's driving me. But what I found is for myself, you actually don't need to finish projects, to start them, to do them at all. More powerful, in fact, than confidence is deadlines. What does that mean? That means when I am working on my spec work, which in my case is trying to sell original TV shows, I'm not on a show, I'm not with a writing staff, I don't have any source of feedback. If I don't do it, it just doesn't get done. What I do is I create deadlines. I literally call a friend and say, can I pitch you something in 2 days? Okay. I put it on my calendar. They say yes. Now I have a deadline. Now I will have to do it. It doesn't cause me to get some kind of work done. I'll have the phone call. I'll make my pitch to this person and I will get a step ahead. And then I'll make a deadline to pitch to another friend. And then I'll get to outline and ask, can I share an outline with somebody? And so I keep making these deadlines, each of which gives me feedback. And I wrote down this aphorism for you. You don't need confidence, you need deadlines. Consider that as you try to motivate yourself to do more than the internal sense of, can I get it done? All right, this brings us to our next issue here. Many of my friends have been talking about happiness in general. What is the source of happiness? There is a professor named popular course at Yale, and it's the science of happiness. And one of the things that she says is key to people's happiness, the sense of contributing freely to others. Working that muscle is one of the key sources you can have. And this is fortunate for me because I feel that through Go Day, through the quarantine, through this and Jamie have been pushing me towards, it is obvious that I have my if you will. I want to do a series of comedy classes similar to what you've heard me do on stage before, but in a distinct 6-episode course. I noticed in the comments last time, many of you were nudging me to do it. So the answer is yes, I'm going to do it. Let's Vanessa and Jamie, jump back on here and let's talk about what this thing is, because that's kind of where I want to end and push towards.
I think okay, we're back on screen. Brent, we're having some internet delays with you, so I want to make sure that we fill in the blanks. We're about to be announcing something really exciting that's going to be starting this week. And it has to do a lot with what you've been saying about the importance of deadlines and the intersection of creativity, confidence, and being driven by having something to do. So we put our heads together and we got the greatest idea in the whole world, and we're going to announce it here.
Do it. Do you want me to do it? Do you want to?
Maybe because of your internet connection.
What it is. I should tell what it is. It's so.
I think it's stuttering on you. I don't want to steal your thunder. Okay. Well, Jamie and I will say what's happening. We are going to, less than a week from today, we're starting something called Brent Forrester's Comedy Knowledge School. And it is a 6-week class taught by Brent. We couldn't be more excited. You can find out about it on our website. We are limiting enrollment, and if you enroll, you're going to get deadlines. You're going to get inspiration from a working master of his craft, and you're going to get your questions answered. How many questions? Who knows? But Brent has more energy than any human we've ever met. So chances are, if you've got a question, Brent's going to help you unpack it and help you meet your creative goals.
And Brent can talk about anything for as long as you could possibly need. So you can go to our website for more details. Also, we'd like to say that we're actually going to be going to an internet connection knowledge school before it starts to ensure that it is smooth watching and sailing. But Brent last year hosted, I think, at least 5 or 6 comedy knowledge drops at the theater. No one left not being completely blown away, not
inspired,
more direction than they've ever had. And truly,
there's not another opportunity like this. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like sales pitchy, but it's so earnest. I don't know of a single similar opportunity to work with somebody that is like right now still at a career peak and offering their insight into the process in real time. He's pitching shows, selling shows, and working on shows, and he's offering his brain to people, which is so exciting. I know Jamie and I are taking the class, and we hope you guys will all join us.
So Brent, thank you so much. We'll have all the information online, and we'll talk to you more this week. But if you're able to, yeah, you should join this. It's going to be so exciting, and what better time to work on your craft when you have this extra time and have some deadlines given to you each week.
And the class link is in the comments section. You can find it as well. And you can buy the classes a la carte, but you can save a little money if you buy them as a bundle, and the lessons are going to build on each other. So you might as well.
I know what's about to happen. I know it's stuttering right now, but someone's about to showcase.
Yes. What? Is how embarrassing.
How did that get in my hands?
Hard work.
So Brent, any final words?
It's too glitchy for me to remain Jonathan Feltface, and we'll see you at Brent Forrester's Comedy Knowledge School. Check it out. Bye.
Woo! Bye, Brent.
My friend was so great. That was fun.
Oh yeah, love it. I mean, it's to be expected. It's the internet. Anything can happen.
You know, anything can happen. That's part of the leap we all take. You know, you got to take a leap of faith, and we took the leap, and it didn't work out exactly perfectly. But
I can't wait until Saturday. I mean, it's got. Oh, we're back on.
That was so great, Brent. And as I said 2 weeks ago, when he had some issues, Brent is one of the few people that even if you're getting 60% of what he's saying.
It's 100% more than you're getting from us.
And you know what? Every live stream it is leaping off of a cliff and not knowing what's going to happen, and you know,
or it's just flowing down a stream. You know. Oh,
So-
but I want to say the comments stuff is going amazingly. If you guys didn't hear us at the beginning, we're having a contest for the people that use the most creatively appropriate emoji tableaus. We'll get a free copy of our new magazine with amazing comedian contributors, Interest and Enchantments. There's material from some true comedic all-stars that is valuable and lovely. So have fun with emojis.
Now let's get to our next guest.
Yes.
This is Beth.
Yes.
So one of our favorite humans on the planet. If you're a comedy fan, there's no doubt you know who she is and her work. She's been on all the late night shows. She's done specials, and she's been a Dynasty regular since the beginning because we've known her for so long. And she's so supportive, and just lovely. Let's put our hands together, or do whatever you want to do at home. It's your world. For our next guest, the wonderful comedian Beth Stelling.
Simply the best.
Simply the best.
There you are.
Hi.
Oh, you look beautiful. You're wearing the Dynasty Darling shirt.
Oh yeah.
Connecting to audio. Connecting to audio.
There it is.
Okay. I'm here.
Oh my God. Oh,
Darling.
look.
Look. Did you cut yours?
I did. I cut it a bit much.
I
You can slip
And
right
we're
off.
live. Hi, Beth.
Towel. I can only see Vanessa, which is fine with me.
Oh, you got to put it on
I'm just
yellow.
kidding. You see me. I see you now. Okay.
Okay.
Nice
Um,
to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth, for joining us. We love you so much, and we miss seeing you on stage with humans.
I know. I miss you guys. I miss just hanging with you guys.
We
I
miss
like
it too.
performing too, but
We're a pretty good hang.
you are a good hang. I have my I have in my display my Dynasty Typewriter.
Oh,
Got
I
a
don't
wall
think,
of gems over here. This is like in my kitchen. This is the cafe I used to manage. It's a little
Oh.
painting.
oh. You
A
lived
little,
in the painting?
rustic.
And here, I have my Dynasty pop. Where is it? Popcorn.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
I
my-
feel so moved. And a
Yeah.
blow pop?
Those are felt. That's from those are felt candies. from-
Wow.
what was it called?
Oh, the convenience store pop up.
Yeah, Sparrow.
Yeah. Yes.
His name is Lucy Sparrow.
And Beth, I don't think
Amazing.
anyone saw because it was before we live, but your sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
So comfortable, but
It was before we went live.
yeah, I think that was when your title card was playing. But you are a Dynasty darling.
Thank you.
And
I'm honored.
We have a
Sure.
picture of you in a Dynasty, a Dynapop tee that we love.
Oh,
We
I think I
love.
have it somewhere too. I put it up. Oh yeah, this
Well,
one.
we know. Oh,
Right?
this is yes, yeah. Look how this is great people to be in the company of, and we love that the pop was represented.
Anyway, so
Um,
this is fun. It's nice to see you.
it's great to
likewise.
see you.
How's your pandemic? How's your life? What are the
I've been,
highlights?
I've been self-isolating. Hi, Vicky. Your mom said hi.
Mhm.
I've been self-isolating like I'm supposed to. I don't know. This hit at a strange time for me because I just sorry. I got I filmed my special like right before all of this. So I filmed it on March 7th in Minneapolis. And then really it was the following weekend that people started canceling shows. So I miraculously got the special filmed. And then because I had been touring so intensely leading up to it, when this happened, I was ready for a break stand-up wise. So I feel like obviously I wish people
Did you do this, Beth?
Everything's
Everything's coming up stelling.
It
I
was
think
just
if
time for
anybody,
a break.
if anybody did this, it was Netflix.
We've speculated that as well.
Yeah, but I think yeah, I don't know. So I wish that this weren't happening, people weren't getting sick, but also I was ready for a break from stand up.
Do you have a plan for when people can find your special?
It's going to be on HBO Max and they're
Woo!
launching next month, and so I'll give everybody more details, and I'll share a trailer with you guys once it's finished. I just got a rough cut of the trailer.
Oh my gosh.
But it should be next month. You'll be able to find my first and new hour special.
That is so exciting.
Yay! We're such fans. I can't wait to see.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
And now can you play us songs on the cello?
Yes, I will, and I can, and I will.
What's your cello history?
I started playing cello. My mom is a pianist, and we all had the opportunity to also play the piano, but I could never really get the left hand to do what I wanted. I'm gonna shut the front door just so I don't bother the neighbors. But so I kind of gave up on piano, and for some reason I was able to. Let's see if that works out. I was able to I might need to prop it up a little. Play cello. So I don't know, with my hand being up in the air or something. Is this better? Be able to see me now.
Yeah. You've got beautiful things, by the way. I love your taste.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've had my eye on that lamp for a long time. What's the name of the company?
Joybird?
Joybird. I won't say Joy Mode, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it up so I can hear you guys. But anyway, I didn't really, the piano didn't click for me like it did my sisters. And for some reason, I can do two hands at once when one's this way and one's this way. I don't know. This one's really just, it's weird. But
it makes you a better lover. You know that?
Yeah. Just a little bit of, I always have done activities since youth that have the opportunity to make a lot of wood jokes. Like wood between my thighs. I was a field hockey player. Chicks with sticks. Anyway, I started playing in 3rd grade, and I played until just before high school because I would have to lug this to and from school, and I would do it on like a little old luggage rack. And eventually, I stopped for a bad reason. I just thought it wasn't cool, and I would like lie and tell people that it was a guitar. But then I started picking
my guitar got fat.
I picked it up again. I don't even know, maybe 3 years ago or something. I was just trying to. Same time I started playing field hockey again. I just wanted to do things that were outside of comedy that made me happy and reminded me of like childhood or things I did when I was young. All right, you want to try to guess some of these?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How long is my set? When do I get the light?
You have another 15, 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
No,
We got to
he's
fill it
being
all.
psycho.
No.
How long do we have? We have 4 minutes.
Oh my God. Thank you for. Okay, let's see. Can you guess it?
Is it the
When
Bonanza theme song?
What'd you say?
The Bonanza theme song?
No, I'll give you a clue. The song is, I'll just give you, how about a clue, is an American Idol winner.
Oh.
Clay Aikens.
No. Oops.
Adam Lambert.
No, Kelly.
Fantasia Burris. Oh, what Kelly Clarkson song?
Stronger.
Oh.
What
that was my next guess.
Makes you stronger.
Okay.
Okay, here's another one.
That was a Dead Man in the Water.
Did you get that?
Is it the Welcome to Splash Mountain theme song? Oh, Ken Burns' The Civil War. This is the episode where someone lost their legs.
No.
I don't wanna go.
My sweet heart.
Oh,
Okay.
we're good at getting it after you tell us.
I
That's
don't
our
know if
special gift.
Was that also Kelly Clarkson? What?
No, that was the Lumineers. Okay,
Oh.
let's see.
Ooh. Oh, duh. I can't help falling in love with you.
Yeah, that was good. So maybe I couldn't tell if I was just really bad or.
No, I think we aren't
Yeah. we're
great
not
at the
fit-
genres.
Okay, how about this is like my favorite one to play. Hold on.
I love those low notes. They make me feel good.
I know. Look, it's better when it's lower. Like I don't love the A. A is not great for me. D and
Oh, yeah. Oh,
G.
geez.
C.
Whoa,
Oh,
down
see
boy.
this?
Ooh, ooh, la la la. Jaws.
Yes. Okay. Here's my other favorite one. Wait.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Is that Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan's theme.
Do, 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 do.
Um,
Do, 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 do.
While you got the cello, and we got to wrap up, Beth, but we would love to ask for your consent in getting a screen grab with you.
Oh yes. A screen grab
Work
with the cello.
that cello.
My hair is just really wild. It's go.
I love it. It's flash dance.
Okay. Wait. With.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
with-
See the shirt? Wait.
Yeah, absolutely sure.
Oh, that is.
Yep.
That's right. I'm wearing a sports bra, so really it's not doing anything for my boob.
On the count of three, whoever's
Okay.
grabbing those screens, grab it
Oh.
now.
On. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Beth, we love you more than I think
you.
that was possible.
Can we
Oh,
have a
it's-
whole
wait.
cello name that tune show sometime?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first time I think really playing on a live stream, so I don't normally play for anybody. The pressure was real.
Oh, well,
I'm not very
remove
good,
it.
but it was fun.
Yeah.
If Kelly Clarkson was here, she'd be weeping in a good weep.
Unfortunately, Kelly would be crying if she was anywhere. Right? She's dealing with some pretty intense things right now, and now I'm spreading vicious rumors. I'm sure she's pleased as punch. Let's move on.
Kelly's doing great. We're all doing great. Everything is perfect.
Well,
Beth,
hopefully
we'd
we
love
all
to see
forgot
you
about
again.
it. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you when hopefully this ends soon.
Yeah.
You know?
And we can't wait for your special, so please
Thank
keep us
you.
posted.
Yeah, I'll let
um,
you guys know when I know the
Okay.
exact date. It was
Right.
good to see you.
This is the part where I feel wistful. It was great to see you.
It was great to see you too. And this is called Pizzicato.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's a small lesson for the day.
Wait, play us out, Beth. Keep doing that while your
Okay.
title thing comes.
Okay, I will.
Our house band, Beth Stelling.
Oops. Oh wait, this is bad.
Are we back? Oh, no.
And we're back. Well, that was a delight.
Beth can play the cello, and she was wearing a Dynasty Darling shirt, and she's got an HBO special coming out. What a woman.
Triple a threat. Well, I guess we should just keep this show moving.
Yeah.
Our next guest, our second to final guest, You saw last week he put together the most delightful little promo preview involving
He makes Dynapop come out of thin air.
and so if he can do that, we think he can make your heart rise in a way that you will find titillating.
I love that phrase, Jamie. I love that phrase. He does indeed make my heart rise in a way I find titillating. So please give a warm welcome for a magician, master human, Taylor Hughes. Uh-huh. Taylor Hughes. Uh-huh. You look great. Taylor, we're live. Are you in your shed? Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We can't hear you. And not in the sense that we just want you to get louder for energy purposes. We literally can't hear you. I think that's a Wayne Fetterman reference.
Can we hear you now? The only thing that doesn't come out of this hat is audio. Oh, there he is.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Hi, friends.
Hi, we've missed you. It's so nice to see you.
It is lovely to see you. What a show so far. I didn't know that Beth played the cello.
I don't think anyone did.
What a surprise. And I've already signed up for Brent's comedy class.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to. You said there's limited spots. I snatched them right away. I'm doing all 6.
Oh, we were lying about that. There's.
It was.
That's not true. It is limited because everyone needs their questions answered.
Well, it was pretty great because I said, well, let me check my calendar, and then I remembered I'm open indefinitely. So it just signed up. What do you have to lose?
Well,
Taylor, you've been doing fun stuff from your shed.
Yes. Oh, look what I have in my shed. This is the Eternal Flame of Dynasty.
Bless you.
It's not as eternal as you'd want. It really, you got to fill that battery up every other day. But
that's true. Well, this is my little shed. This is where we built a tough shed in my backyard and turned it into a little home office. So this is where I make little silly videos and work on things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's your he hut. What do they call them?
I've heard she shed. I haven't heard he hut. I like.
I think it's because it's man cave. That's the one that people say, not he hut. But maybe I'm making he hut happen.
I think you just coined a new thing. I think we should do it.
Okay, Taylor.
Yeah.
Magic us, delight us, take us away.
Well, I've got so many fun things to show you here in the World Shed Quarters. I brought this a new thing I'm working on. When I was a kid,
it's blank, Taylor.
Well, yes. You've ever seen that when you go to Disneyland and they cut your picture, like your silhouette out of paper? Yeah. So I'm gonna try this. I've been working on this. Jamie, if you could just look to your right. Yeah. Perfect. Just like that. Okay. So when I was a kid, one of my favorite things about going to Disneyland would be to watch the guy get up there and cut people's silhouettes. And so I've been working on this for a little bit because I've had some extra time on my hands. So here's what we're gonna do. Jamie, you can relax now. Yeah, you can. You look very stoic. I like that. Yeah. We're gonna hang this up here for a little bit from now. That's the don't stop watching. I'll show you that at the end of our little time together. But would it be okay, since I love magic and I love storytelling, could I tell you all this story?
We'd be honored.
Yes.
Okay, so I thought about this the other day. I've been thinking about, like, who knows how to get through what we're all going through, right? Obviously, none of the experts right now know too much. Like, no one's ever gone through this. But you know who has? All those vaudeville people.
Oh.
I was thinking about all the old school vaudevillians. They knew what to do. And I realized I've never told the Dynasty family the story about my wife's grandfather. Okay. So when they were little kids, their family lived in Echo Park, and a movie studio came in called the Max Sennett Studios. It was the Keystone Studios. This is where Max Sennett would film the Keystone Cops and a lot of Charlie Chaplin movies and things like that. And they built it right next door in this lot that was next to their home, right? So they would go every day. He had 9 brothers and sisters, and they would line the kids up outside of the house, and the directors would come over and say, "Hey, Bob's, Coy, we need some kids to come be in the movies for the day. And so they'd be like, all right, we need 2 boys and a girl. And they literally hand them over the fence. And my wife's grandpa and all his brothers and sisters would go work in the movies for the day. Isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh.
It's so crazy.
At the time.
Yeah. I love this. This is ridiculous. Look at this. It says Coy Watson's natural kids will do and say what you want in a natural way.
Yay.
Not good. That didn't
natural.
That didn't
Not natural enough.
Right? But the cool thing was this is my wife's grandpa. All right. This is Harry.
Oh my gosh.
This is Harry Watson's first headshot. And when he was a kid, he got to be in really cool movies like Damsel in Distress with Fred Astaire. That's him dancing with Fred Astaire in that movie. If you saw Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, all the kids in that movie are
your grandfather?
It's my wife's grandpa. That's my wife's grandpa and all of his brothers in that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Little Miss Broadway, he rode Shirley Temple on the handlebars of his bicycle and all that. And if you go to Hollywood Boulevard, if you want to take a walk and you're in the city, go to 6674 with a mask on, and you will see the Watson family star on the Walk of Fame. Isn't that crazy cool?
That's
so
amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
But I thought about sharing it with you because this week I was going through some things and I found this. This was his work permit from 1936 when he was a kid, so he could go be a child actor in the movies. And I thought if I was going to do some magic with you, it'd be fun to do something old school Hollywood. You know, he was like 5 years old when Dynasty's Theater, when the old Hayworth was built. And so I'm sure he saw it. I'm sure he went there. But this right here, I've got some names here. I wrote some note cards here. These are the names. Can you see that? Is that facing the right way on the camera, or do I need to flip the camera around?
It's facing.
Okay, perfect. So these are all a bunch of different people that he worked with in movies. Okay, a bunch of different people, tons of different people, all old Hollywood stars from the early 1900s. These are all folks that he would have done movies with back in the day. And let's see, we're gonna split these in a couple piles here. Joan Fontaine, Ginger Rogers he worked with, Buster Keaton he worked with. One of my favorites, Charlie Chaplin. He actually knew Chaplin. Isn't that cool? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna split this into 2 piles here. This is my right hand over here. This is my left hand. All right, so Vanessa, you're gonna choose either right or left. We're gonna set some cards aside. Are we gonna set aside right or left? Which one? Which one are we going with?
I want to do right, so I'm gonna go left.
Okay, we're gonna go with left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the right.
Yes.
Gone. We're left with the ones on the left. I'm gonna go through the cards like this. I'm just gonna shuffle them. You just say stop anytime, Vanessa. Anytime.
Stop.
Stop right there. Take a look at that one. Is that a celebrity you recognize? You know the name of that? Like you'd recognize that person? Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Great. Earlier, before we started, I was trying to do a little silhouette. Do you remember that when we first started?
Yeah.
And it's right over here. It's been hanging up the whole time. Look at this. Take a look, folks. If we open this carefully, you'll actually see that what I cut earlier was W.C. Fields. Is that who you had?
Taylor, how did you do that?
And is that my face shape?
No, that was just a deterrent to get you to.
I'm always just used as a deterrent. I got deterrent written all over my face.
Oh,
your magicians see you and they know we got a deterrent in the crowd.
I want to be the delightant.
You are the delightant. You always are.
I love to be the delighted. That's insane, Taylor.
Oh, thank you. Was
that all a lie?
No, every single bit of that was absolutely true. Can you imagine?
Okay.
How sad would it be if I was forging an old work permit for LA School District? That's how you know magic's gone downhill.
I don't know when to trust a magician, so I just believe in magic, and I also believe everything is a lie at the same time. So I love that there was truth.
Well, none of it's real. It's just fun to pretend, right? It's fun to give yourself a Santa Claus moment.
Yes.
We don't get many.
Or a W.C. Fields moment. He would have been a great Santa. Go ahead, Jamie.
You would have.
I was gonna say you're 6-month-old, 14-month-old. I literally don't even know.
9-month-old.
9-month-old, right in the middle.
Yep.
Looked a lot like W.C. Fields.
Yeah, Jamie always used to call my daughter W.C. Fields, and I thought,
that's
okay.
Funny. That's funny. Yeah. Katie's grandpa played W.C. Fields' son in the movie called Barbershop. You can watch it on YouTube. But it was like 1932 or something like that. And he played W.C. Fields' son.
Yeah. Very, very good. I didn't realize it was that old. Huh.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite old Hollywood story I've ever heard from like a history of an Angelino. That is, only here can that kind of thing happen, and that's so bonkers.
Oh, it's
so weird.
And I don't know if we ever talked about it with you, but the Hayworth Theater, built in 1926,
yeah,
was at one point home to the Meglin Kitties, which
Really?
my grandma, also an Angelino, was part of it. But Shirley Temple, Mickey Rooney,
it was the kids acting school. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all over LA, but
what?
it was like where kids were groomed for film.
Wow.
Back in the day when you could really groom a child.
Back when you could groom them.
And just use them for cash.
Oh my goodness.
A simpler time for abusers.
Yeah, the Hayworth was built 1926, same year Houdini died.
Yeah.
Oh, right, on Halloween.
On Halloween night, yes. We need a Dynasty Houdini Halloween seance, I think that's in the cards.
Maybe tonight? Just kidding.
Why not? Let me hold on. Let me check my schedule. I'm available.
Always October 30th somewhere, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, you know what's always a good sign when your head of tech who's running the whole live stream comments in YouTube. Taylor, how are you adding those images into your video?
So so I'm using a program called Ecamm Live.
This is gonna be a game changer for us.
Yeah.
I've been doing some shows, like some remote shows. Most of my work, is not happening. So I've just been doing some stuff remotely, and so I figured out a way to use this program. It's been pretty helpful.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna have to talk to Sammy, because Sammy knows what's up with all this stuff. I tried to use what you're using, and I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, we'll have to coordinate.
Well, we're gonna get Ecamm Live. Unexpected shout out to Ecamm Live.
Right.
But now, Taylor, is a very important part where we ask your consent to do a screen grab.
Yes, please, and thank you. Let's do it.
Yeah. Would you? Okay. Oh, I love a prop. And I think I'm looking at you when I do this. I don't know how.
I don't know where anyone is. Is this where we are? Did we do it? Are we there?
Okay, great. Oh, was I looking the wrong way?
I don't know.
It's fine. You know what? I'll be humiliated in the screen grab. Great. That's so my life.
You all are so amazing. Thank you for doing this. I'm telling you, this has been the thing I look forward to. Not just being on it, but watching it and being part of it. It's so encouraging. People need hope right now, and they need to know that there's good stuff ahead. So you're doing a good job.
Also, speaking of last thing, good stuff ahead. Taylor, you shot your comedy and magic special at Dynasty just a few months ago. Is there any updates on when that will be coming out or anything?
I did. In fact, here I can throw this up here. We shot in January at Dynasty, and we're in post-production right now. Cool. I self-produced the whole thing, and so I'm currently shopping it. If anyone has the number for Netflix, just send me a DM. We'll
I think you can get that through Ecamm Live. You can
I think you need the pro version. The pro version of Ecamm will let you have it. But yeah,
directly to Netflix.
Yeah. But yeah, I filmed a special called Chasing Wonder, and I'm so excited to share with everybody. It's storytelling and magic and comedy, and it'll be available somewhere soon.
So, we're so excited. And where else can people find you? Because you're doing great stuff from your shed quarters. So where can people look out for you?
That's right. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Look at that. I do a show every Wednesday night from my shed called Live from the World Shed Quarters. Look at the shameless promotion down here.
Look at these beautiful lower thirds.
But yeah, I'm
just in the thirds.
My handle is just Magic Storyteller on Instagram. But yeah, every Wednesday night at 7, I do a weird show from my shed. So if anybody wants to come over and play,
my uncle
I'll be here.
Weird show from his shed, and we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, that's how people get into child acting, I think.
Yeah, it all starts in a little shed show. Well, have fun in your he hut, and we'll talk to you soon. And you're one of our very favorite people. You're so generous and truly magical. You're a person that's so magical, you actually do magic. Wow.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Taylor.
Sammy, thanks for making it all happen. Bye. See you later.
I love you. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to look at the next segment. It's gonna be great. Oh, we're back live.
We're back live. I think we're just going to our final guess at this point.
Yeah.
This person, no.
This
puppet,
entity.
this entity, is someone that we weren't very familiar with like a year ago, but has since come to Dynasty, done at least 3 shows and a screening. It totally blew our minds. Like,
has been at Go Day, one of our favorite human/entities we've ever interacted with. I don't even have the words to say it. I feel like I've become a evangelist.
I think anyone that sees this thing becomes an evangelist because it defies your expectations of what this kind of entity can do, which is so hilarious. So
we're really trying to be woke in the way we describe what this entity is in a way that might make the people at home watching think something bizarre is about to happen. It's not as scary as we might be. I don't think it's woke to call him a puppet.
Neither do I. So yes, that is all to say. He doesn't need much introduction other than prepare to be inspired and to just smile from ear to ear.
And fall in love.
Together and fall in love with our final guest of today's Go Day, Randy Feltface.
We can't hear you, Feltface, but we can see you.
Yes, wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh.
Can you hear me? Oh my God, you guys.
Hi, Randy.
Randy.
Oh, it's Van Jam. How are you?
I'm already blushing. I don't know what you do to me, Randy.
It's you guys. I'm so excited to be here in my own house, but technically also in LA. I didn't even know what's happening.
You're technically international and airborne right now.
You know,
not a great time to be airborne.
No, I know. No, it's not a great time to be. I'm just going to fix this up a little bit so you can see my amazing house. It's I'm in Australia, so I'm in the future right now, you guys. This is.
Oh wow.
I'm like it's 8:30 a.m. here tomorrow. So you know it's incredible. We've found a vaccine.
Oh, great.
Good news.
Yeah.
Good news.
Trump's dead. Sorry to say that, but yeah, everything's different now. So it's pretty great. It's pretty great.
We should go outside and mingle right now.
It's all going to work out is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not awake enough yet to have a non-croaky voice. But do you like my he-hut? I really like
your he-hut is beautiful.
We've all got a he-hut now.
Things happen so fast. Oh, it's tomorrow.
Ceiling fan. So you're not sweating it.
I'm doing all right. We're moving into the cooler months in the southern hemisphere.
Oh, right.
Strap in for that. It's going to be a little chillier around here, but you know, I'm keeping fit. I'm keeping moving. I'm getting everything shaken and also Puppet. I'm okay with Puppet. That's not unwoke.
Are you?
Okay, that's good to know. And we take it.
I think I probably prefer Puppet to Jamie's Thing. I like Thing.
Well, that does validate that we were going to put out a Corin Thing shirt, and we got a lot of
we got a lot of downvotes in the group.
You got some downvotes, you guys. Woo! Hey, what's been happening? Hey, how great was Brent as always?
He's amazing.
Even with bad Wi-Fi, he managed to just churn it out like a weapon.
That's right.
I was quite inspired actually by Brent and his pivoting. Everybody's pivoting. Are you like that term as well? Oh, hey, by the way, Time Out's Woman of the Year. What's the flip?
God. I don't know.
My gosh, that's so great! Congratulations.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy.
It's wonderful and well
coming
deserved.
from you. It means a lot.
Oh,
I don't
stop it. I wasn't even in the running for Woman of the Year. Thing of the Year.
Because they don't know how to classify you.
I know. Everyone's trying to be so woke.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to say who I am.
Thing of the Year.
Oh, so, Randy, do you want to?
What?
Do you want to be without us? Do you? I'm sorry.
Don't, no. You know what? I've got to tell you, I am isolating on my own. I am in this house. I've been in this house on my own for 5 weeks in the middle of country Victoria, in the middle of nowhere in Australia. There is nothing around me. Please, for the love of Christ, do not leave me. Stay where you are. All right. I'm not gonna jump into some sort of crazy monologue that requires complete silence from you guys. I actually want your input here because I had planned to tell you a story from the annals of my childhood. But it was kind of vaudeville related. So I didn't want to step on the toes of that. That was an incredible story. Buster Keaton,
Unbelievable.
Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd, all the classics.
Well, by the way, we're down for vaudeville. I mean,
we can go back.
Vaudeville stories, yeah. So
no. Since watching the show, and this is what happens every time I go to a Go Day or watch a Go Day, some new idea sprouts in my head, and I just have to run with it. Like last time when I was at Go Day last time, just in the audience, I decided to hassle you until you let me screen my unreleased special at your theatre. So these things happen, you know, you get into Go Day and your head starts churning and you start coming up with all sorts of great ideas. So watching Forrester and him talking about his, he's going to do these comedy classes, I was like, I've got to pivot, you know, I've got to think about what sort of shows you can pitch in the current climate, because who knows when this nightmare will end, right? So, so I've got some ideas. I thought I could pitch to you guys, just a bit of a cold pitch, some ideas for TV shows that are sort of isolation specific. Are you down with this? Can I throw these at you?
Yeah. Are you pitching them for our YouTube Dynasty network, or?
Yeah.
Or do you want a wider release? Because we can do either.
Let's start the bidding war with the Dynasty network and see if we can get some sweet cash rolling in. What do you take as a cut, by the way? What's your percentage?
Reality series are a little bit different if it's a budgetary thing, but we definitely have some metrics that we figured out that we can get into post.
We're artist friendly, but we do keep most of the cash.
Yeah. I've noticed, Vanessa.
We're rich.
I love
Sorry.
It. You guys are rolling.
I like nice things.
Dynasty's beautiful, but oh God, money hungry. Unbelievable. Okay. That is literally the opposite. Okay, here we go. These are my shows. Do you want to hear them, Vanessa and Jamie?
Bring it on.
Okay. So the first one is called Dough Boys. No, it's not. It's called Dough Bros. Dough Bros. Okay. Dough Bros is in DOUGH. Dough Dill Bros. Hey, bro. Dough Bros. Okay. So it's about a guy named Chad who lives next door to a guy named Chad, right? And in the first episode, one Chad teaches himself how to make a sourdough starter, and he bakes a loaf of bread because they're in isolation. And his neighbor, Chad, smells the bread, and they get talking from their balconies. They have adjacent balconies, and they realize that they've got a lot in common, the two Chads. Like they both have baseball caps on backwards, their shirts are off, and they bond over the fact that they both shave their chests from left to right, and they start like really bonding, and they hatch this plan to open like a curbside, social distance respecting artisanal bakery, which quickly turns into a competition to see which Chad can bang the highest number of women in the neighborhood. It's like it's kind of like 2.5 Men meets To Catch a Predator. So I'm thinking 26 episodes in the first season, 26, minimum 7 lawsuits in season 1. What do you guys think?
A world where there could be 50 plus episodes, because I think this is a type of situation where we're buying in the room.
Oh, great.
Who are we rooting for? Is a good question.
You know what? I'm gonna put it out there. I can see your faces, including Sammy's. Not a lot of appreciation for that idea visually for me. I don't think you dug it.
Okay.
So all right, I got another one.
That's sometimes what we look like when we're okay.
No, it's fine. You didn't like it. Let's move into the reality genre. I've got more of these. I've got a whole list. Let me think. I was thinking of this one this morning. Okay, this one's called Deliverance. All right. So what happens in this one? It's unscripted. It's reality, man. Okay. So Johnny Galecki, who you'd remember as Leonard from The Big Bang Theory, familiar with his work? Okay, so he poses as an Uber Eats delivery driver, and he arrives on people's doorstep with their food order. He's draped in GoPros, all angles covered. And people are like, oh my God, it's Leonard from Big Bang. What are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here for deliverance, bitch. And he asks anyone, if anyone in the house is having like a small domestic disagreement with another member of the household. And then in like an impromptu doorstep courtroom scenario, he passes judgment on the situation, and the housemate that he rules against doesn't get to eat any of the food he's delivered.
Do you have any
You
sense
like that?
What have they ordered, like Uber Eats? Is this Australian based? I think that's another question.
Oh, that's a great question.
No, this is, well, what, it could be any delivery service.
Okay. So
doesn't have to be Uber Eats. We can make our own one, but it's just like, he can just hijack it, just rock up with the food. We've already shot a pilot, Jamie. We already shot a pilot for this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't. It's not
how'd
great.
the pilot go? Okay.
Well, it's not that usable because he would like turn up to the door and they would open the door and he'd go, here's your food. And they would just take it and go to shut the door. And he'd be like, whoa.
Deliverance,
Yeah. And he'd be like, oh, hey, I'm Leonard from Big Bang. And they'd be like, oh, great. Thanks, man. And then they'd just shut the door.
All right. So get to that point. Did you get to any of the domestic disputes? Did it ever get to that point?
No, most of the disputes were about the fact that he was breaking social distance regulations by being a lot closer to that. He wasn't leaving it at the doorstep and leaving. He was waiting for a reaction shot,
Oh, yeah.
So it's possible that he actually backfired and he brought the roommates closer together in wanting to shun him.
Quite possibly. Okay, again, not the reaction I want. Okay, I've got one more.
Okay.
I've got 50 more of these. We could do this all day, but
Randy,
I'd buy them both. I would buy them both.
I don't know whether you're both just stone cold negotiators or none of these ideas are even in the ballpark.
We want something that you are passionate about. I think we're looking for the passion.
And we can't see Randy in the project. Okay. I don't see why this is a Randy project.
Yeah.
I'm executive producing these shows from my home.
Okay.
Now,
this is me pivoting. It's me pivoting. I've got my own shows, which we'll get to when I start shamelessly self-promoting before I leave. But okay, you want passion. Okay.
We want appeal,
passion.
sex appeal, raw.
Oh, okay. I got one for you. Okay. So in this one, we use similar technology to Google's contact tracing app, right? And we randomly select 10 major cities around the globe and then narrow it down to one neighborhood in each of those cities. Everyone in that I know, it's great, isn't it? Everybody in that neighborhood receives a survey via text message that they fill out anonymously, in which they nominate, based on current behavior that they've witnessed during the pandemic, who in their neighborhood displays the highest level of xenophobia. And right. And then the top ranked members of each neighborhood from each city are then pitted against each other to see who is crowned the world's leading COVID-19 bigot. And this show is, I'm calling it The Amazing Racist. We down with this one?
Yeah, that's a home run.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we got there in the end. Can I put that in the Interests and Enchantments magazine?
Absolutely. Get us the write-up tonight.
We'll start there. I'll send it to you in the post.
You're such a good listener, Randy. We've always loved that about you.
Aw.
What is
You're not a good blinker, though.
Terrible at blinking.
We've never seen you in like a sporty jacket like this. Is this a special jacket?
Yeah, man. This is my I'm representing. Hello, Brooklyn. Yeah, this is my little. Look at my little. It's got a little.
Scary.
Yeah. And I can't.
Fashion.
My internet here is not good enough for Netflix. So before anybody does some sort of Tiger King reference, I haven't seen it.
Is that true?
Yeah, I haven't watched one show in 5 weeks. With Nail and I was on television the other night, and I watched that. I got just enough reception to watch the television. But yeah, because I have a limited amount of data, if I start to stream, it's just like, wow. Yeah. Anyway,
what did you say you watched With Nail and I?
With Nail and I. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It is one of the greatest films of all time, which you should screen at your theatre when it reopens. Surely it can't be that long before it reopens. What's happening over there? I've got a tour in America in September. I moved all of my May dates to September. Do you think it's going to happen?
We're hopeful that September we would be able to do something. And why not be hopeful and optimistic?
I love that. That's the spirit.
Speaking of things that make us hopeful and optimistic and feel good, can you tell us about all the things that you're doing and all the ways you can bring joy to us now when we need it?
Well, you know what? I've dug into the archives, Van Jam. I've dug into the archives and I found a bunch of unreleased shows. One of which I put out on the internet just a couple of days ago on Friday. It's called The Last Temptation of Randy, one of my favorite shows of mine, and it's been going really well. It's only like $8 Australian, which is like $5 US, I think. You can get it from my website, feltface.com. And I'm getting lots of nice responses from that. So I'm doing that. The show that I screened at your wonderful theatre, I'll put out at some point, which is called The Book of Randicus. Hopefully that'll be out soon. And what else am I doing? Oh, I'm just like filming little sketches. And actually, you know, when you like normal state is like a frantic pace of creative output and like touring all the time and like constantly, you know, perpetual motion. When a world event happens that kind of stops you in your tracks, for me anyway, it's given me a chance to reflect upon what my normal is and how many elements of that normal do I want to carry on into the next phase of humanity, of like collective creative belief and, you know, connection that we have, this collectivism that we're moving towards, maybe away from individualism, hopefully. And maybe there's some bits about my previous way of doing things that are no longer relevant. You know what I mean? So
is there any one specific thing that you're looking forward to adding to your life and one specific thing that you're looking forward to subtracting?
I'm looking forward. I'm hoping. I love a bit of math talk. Yeah, do some fractions. One thing that I'm hoping to continue is this new structure that I've created, where I eat at a certain time every day, and I exercise at a certain time every day, and I write for certain blocks, because I haven't had any structure for a long time. I haven't eaten from the same kitchen or used the same bathroom for, you know, more than a few days at a time for a couple, you know, good couple of years. So it's nice to have some routine and maybe somewhere to lay my head more consistently. So I'm keeping up with that. And then I think the discipline of actually writing at certain times, I think, is something I'm going to carry on, because normally it's all back of the napkin on some sort of horrific airport lounge kind of work.
As far as your writing, because I think so many people that are GoDay viewers and regulars are writers. What does that look like? You set a timer. How do you get in the zone? Is there specific times of day that you find more conducive to writing?
I think Brent really hit the nail on the head with the deadline thing. So I create deadlines within projects. I'm like, okay, I have to write this by this time. I have to write this by this time. And then daily, I kind of am doing this new thing where I kind of get up at a certain time and I do tasks within certain time frames. So from like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I write, and then I stop and I do something else. And then from 12 till 2 I write, then I stop and then I do something else. And then from 4 till 6 I write. And that writing can be like, maybe 4 till 6 is just emails if I've done 2 other blocks of writing. Or maybe I'll set myself a creative writing task. Like, so those little pictures that I just pitched to you, that was a little creative writing task I gave myself, to just go, okay, let's write a few little things to fill in 15 minutes with Van Jam.
Um,
and it paid off.
So, Randy, you just
you know what I mean?
do something to me. I don't know.
Really?
Just it's so much. You just make me feel so happy and good.
Wow. Well, I have a similar. I mean, I don't talk like this all the time. I'm not. You know, it's just being around the energy of the Dynasty crew. This is going to turn into a big old fucking. Oh, can I swear on the internet? It's becoming a bit of a love-in, but that's okay because as long as whatever energy that we're sharing across the internet waves, as long as part of that is infectious enough and hopefully more infectious than Corona, when we come out of this, people are just going to be like, yeah, let's do stuff and not return to the same shit that we were in before this happened. Let's do it. Come on, guys. Come on. Motivational talk. Too early in the morning for this.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Ready? I'm going to run at you and hug you because I haven't hugged anyone for so long. Right. You ready? And yeah.
Oh.
So satisfying. You guys are the best.
Oh, we have to do a consensual screen grab.
Can I do this for mine?
If you consent to it, you can do it.
I consent. I hereby consent.
I'll do it too.
Take it. Do we get it?
Well, I think whoever got it by now.
Thank you, Randy. We love you.
Exhausted.
And you need to take a nap.
I'm going to have some breakfast.
You enjoy. And then keep writing those pitches because we'll work with you on anything, to be honest. Anything you want to make, we're in.
Okay, great. That
we do like things that pit people against each other, though.
Which you seem to have a knack for, so.
As long as there's a competitive element, we're all good to go. No, I'm just stay in touch. Let's be friends on the internet.
And we'll hopefully see you in September when we reopen our and you're there to headline. That really does make me feel so good inside to think that is in the near future for us. So.
Oh yeah, well let's make it happen. I'll start throwing some dates at you, and I'll be back, and we'll hug, we'll embrace in real life.
Perfect. Oh.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
Hang in there. You're the best.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, coming down from the Feltface ain't easy.
Oh, the Feltface come down.
It's a hard drop after that soft felt. Thank you guys all for watching. We have had the most fun. We get to talk to some of our most favorite people and entities today. And it's so fun to share it with everyone. And we have a few final notions.
Final notions.
Final notions. It's our opportunity to take stock of what have we been doing for the last almost 2 hours. What have we learned? What are we feeling? What are some things we can kind of wrap up with? We'll start with some thank yous. Seems like always a good thing to do. We truly have so much gratitude that we are able to do this, and we couldn't do it without the help of our team. So quick shout out, and we can post. There we go. Look at all those beautiful faces you're looking at right now.
There's such good people.
Dan Fazio, who made all the graphics you're looking at. He's helping man the YouTube chat and comments, so you might be talking to him right now. We got Mike Macaluso, our AGM, who has become a producer on this live stream, and he's just one of the best.
We got Mary Sadler, who is our box office and booking maven turned also help remind us of things and keep everything on track. We have Sean, who's probably watching now, who is our wonderful bookkeeper and planner man, and also helping take notes for this very go day. And we would be remiss not to mention our wonderful human Sammy Junio in the booth, figuring out how to do all these things with OBS and the YouTube and the Zoom, and also many other things that I don't know. And there are chords involved. And Sammy, thank you for understanding what they do.
So thank you to our team. Thank you to everyone that is with us today, of course, watching it. We can't, I guess we technically could do it without you here, but it would be a lot sadder. We did, by the way, reach the 300 follower milestone over the course of today's live stream. So a reminder, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's helpful for us. We're aiming obviously to get to millions and millions, but just so you know, we do have, once we get to 1,000, it allows us to do a lot more with our broadcasts. So tell your friends, if you're not already subscribing, subscribe now. But truly, thank you for those of you that did support and buy a ticket. Great. To those of you who weren't able to, we love you just as much. But your support is helping keep us afloat. It's helping keep our spirits alive as we try to, again, keep our spirits up when we have a theater that we are unable to run because of the law.
But also, other ways to support that are just as fun for you are the Souvenir Emporium. We have beautiful designs up there. You can get t-shirts. People were modeling our products today and we didn't tell them to.
And again, look at this.
Jamie's in a Go Day shirt. Beth had the Dynasty Darling shirt, which I also wear constantly. I slipped out of it right before the broadcast because I cut the neck so wide, it's quite easy to slip out of. We have the Interest in Enchantments that you can pre-order now, and we're so excited about that. We're going to pick a winner from the comments here, and we'll let you guys know who that is. And we have Brent Forrester's Comedy Knowledge School starting Saturday. So you can find all of that on the Souvenir Emporium page of our website and in the comments here. But we love you so much, and we're so grateful to be connected and to know so many wonderful people. It is a gift. Everything is perfect.
Everything is perfect. So follow us on all the places, YouTube, Instagram, and
Twitter.
We're going to be rolling out more shows stuff soon as we keep learning how to make these live streams. We're excited to build our network, to build more opportunities for us to enchant. And we say that and we mean it, every word of it. A reminder, if you're new to Dynasty, our mission is to enchant the world. And what that means to us is just reminding you of all the magic that is out there that we can sometimes, especially when we're stuck in our houses all day, every day, we can forget that this is a batshit world of mysterious and magical and absurd things. So let's try not to get stuck in our heads, and let's try to just connect with each other and make this one life that we have as beautiful as possible.
Amen. And we hope to see you next week. Go Day is every Sunday at 2 p.m. Next week, we have Elliot Glazer joining us, who, in addition to being a great comic actor, writer, singer, has the show Haunting Renditions. That's been a Dynasty favorite. So we're so excited to talk to Elliot. And then the following week, we have Benito Skinner, who we love. So keep coming to Go Day. Pay what you can or just show up. We're glad to be connected.
And we'll be letting everyone know via social media and our newsletter. If you go to our website, you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, which is more than just us listing shows. It's a little peek into our humanity. We really do try to put in some extra bits of ourselves and what we're going through. And hopefully it's there's more value to it than just promoting a bunch of stuff. And finally, Vicky Flam, who is my mom, who's been Dynasty fan #1 since day one.
And poet laureate of Dynasty Typewriter.